Hi, it's Joe McRogers, grief therapist here, and I want to be really clear. Holidays and grief are not friends. So today I want to highlight how to pre-plan when holidays or special days are coming and we have grief in our hearts. This has been a topic of concern in my clinic sessions, and we held a discussion in my membership the other night about how to do this. So today I wanted to connect and offer these thoughts here on YouTube as well. So watch to the end, there'll be some questions and tips and tricks that I'll share with you. Pre-planning for these days is so important so that it doesn't just feel like a free fall. Exposure is heightened when there are holidays, special days, and grief is a very internal state. So whether it's at work, a church, a community, or a family gathering, it's going to bring exposure to both you and your grief. People forget that they can't invite you and expect you to leave your grief at home. Special days and then a new year beginnings are another marker of time that your person isn't here with you since they died, time of being alone on a special date, or time to just feel so out of step with the rest of the world. There are lights, there's laughter, there's food, there's celebration, there's alcohol, there's sweets. People with grief in our hearts, we worry about being the downer at these gatherings. We worry about others judging us, whether we show up or we don't show up. We worry about being able to stay or begging to please leave. We worry about saying no in the first place. It is a stressful dilemma. Gatherings may include others who are also mourning the same loss. So it's important to know that means everyone's grieving style is also going to be in the gathering together. This will make for a very busy room. And if any of these thoughts ring true for you, please know I've made a whole playlist on YouTube that teaches other tools and strategies for navigating these special days. I'll put the link in both the comments and the description of this video. But today I wanted to speak to a couple of the other influences that stand out that cause us stress as holidays approach. Let's start with the whole concept first of self-expectations. We as grievers are so judgy, so hard on ourselves, and grief tells us many stories, most of which are lies, and some of which impact our sense of self-esteem. The holidays are a perfect invitation to all of these grief myths. Keep busy, be strong. It's not good for you to be alone on a holiday. They would have wanted you to enjoy life. Be grateful for what you do have. Volunteer, it will be good for you. Traditions that now feel hollow, and New Year's is a fresh start, all impact how we're going to approach the holidays. So what I'm asking of you is to assess first, what expectations do you have of yourself while navigating holidays? Have you set true, realistic expectations for yourself and your grief, or are your expectations myth-based? Challenge your expectations to see if you can imagine them being fueled by self-compassion. Not doing this can lead you to feeling disappointed in yourself, in others. It can lower your self-esteem. It can extend your trauma and leave you feeling even more powerless over your grief. So next, try to have an objective assessment of what others are expecting of you. How many of the myths of grief are driving their expectations or hopes for you during the holidays? Most of the people who love us just want us to be better. So do they hope that the old traditions will bring us comfort? Do they not want new traditions? What are their markers for you being okay? Can you consider saying to an invite, "Thank you for the invite. I'm choosing to have some alone time that night, but I hope you have a wonderful evening." Can you present this as an active choice as opposed to a deficit? Can you imagine saying yes to an invitation with the proviso that I'm saying yes today, but know that I may need something different that day when I wake up? Or if I come and don't stay long, it is because I'm choosing how much holiday cheer is helpful for me. You might choose to arrive and announce that you can't stay long. You have another event to get to. Well, that event might be your couch, but you don't need to announce that. Using these types of phrases and strategies makes it clear that not socializing is not a deficit. It isn't that you aren't strong enough. It is that you have chosen a different plan to support you and your grief. This point of reference might help ease others' attempts to keep you busy, to distract you, to remind you of the love in your life. Using these strategies will remind your head and your heart that you do have some power over how you live with this grief in your heart. And this then lowers the chances of your self-esteem being dragged down the grief rabbit hole. Even if you stay home or attend and leave early and then come home to spend the night sobbing, you have practiced being honest with your grief and what it needs in that moment. No grief has ever been helped by performing our way through it. So please watch the YouTube videos that I link so that you can feel like you have more tools and strategies to plan for your holiday grief times. And as always, there's wisdom when we gather, so feedback is appreciated. What have you done that has worked before? Please inspire us all with your tips and strategies. And as painful as it may be to think about navigating holidays this early in December, because our usual strategy is to deny, to wait it out, a lot of hoping, or bully ourselves through it, exhaust ourselves through it, it is really important to consider these thoughts and these strategies as a way to meet your grief during these challenging days. And as you plan to support you and your grief towards special days and holidays, I send you kind thoughts, kind words, and a kind heart. Thank you, and take good care.